Howdy, cruisers! Welcome to the first, maybe only, episode of, Emoji Cruise Challenge. What I did earlier today was I put a community post up asking somebody to post a single emoji that I would make a cruise video out of. And congratulations, Bowling Dude, for being the winner and only commenter. Come on, people, step it up. It is the train car emoji. I think it is. At least that's what DuckDuckGo says. So I guess that's what we're going to go with. Trains and cruising. All right, well, let's just maybe work back a little bit. My most recent train experience related to cruising was taking the taking the Vancouver Sky Train from the River Rock Casino, where I stayed before Queen Elizabeth, to the terminal, it has a name, I don't care, to walk over to Canada Place, where I boarded the ship. And oh my god, what a nightmare experience that was. Vancouver Sky Train, well, okay, it was safe. It did seem clean. It's not like the New York subway or San Francisco BART, which never, ever. Don't even think about it. So that was fine. It was also Canada Day, so there were a lot of families with, baby buggies. So it wasn't too bad. It was crowded, though. And that's the worst part. It was just kind of crowded and having luggage and whatever. Oh, and it stops. Subways. Too many stops. It would be nice if it was an express, but we'll talk about that later. Then, of course, I'd seen videos warning me about this, but I was not prepared for how complicated it was to get from the subway terminal to Canada Place. It's not that easy, and there's no signs. You would think a sign, people? Either way, I found it. Benefit of being an experienced traveler, but yeah, that was kind of a mission. But it was a few Canadian pesos. Definitely less than an Uber, but not cheap enough to dissuade me from taking an Uber when I got back. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. Either way, another train experience that I have used several times here in Florida is the Brightline. I've taken it twice to West Palm Beach to board Margaritaville at Sea Paradise, and well, I'll be doing that again because they're offering 3-day cruises, which they announced right after I suggested they did. I'm not saying anything, which also reminds me, Brightline, the Cocoa Beach station should be online next year. They announced that right after I mentioned it in a video. Just a coincidence, I'm sure. So that definitely will be an option. But that does mean if you would like to combine your cruise vacation in Florida with a theme park vacation at Universal or SeaWorld, Brightline is definitely an option. And I would say that you don't need to necessarily pick a cruise out of Port Canaveral. Pick the itinerary and ship that you want and take the train. It is very easy. If you do book premium, you get a $10 Uber credit, which I imagine if there's more than one of you, you can do the split in Uber, and it might actually cover the fare from the station to the cruise port, right? Especially in Miami, because it's literally right there. You could walk if you only have like carry-on luggage and it rolls easily. It's not that far. I think there's no construction going on right there, so it is definitely an option. I would do it. But I would do it, but if you have any issues, maybe not, just take the Uber or whatever. You know what I should do? I should take the trolley one day. I was going to do that I was going to take the Metro Rail and take the trolley just to experience it, but I didn't for some reason, probably because I waited too long to pack and ended up just taking a car. But hey, that's totally my fault. So anyway, trains. Well, not really cruise related, but I can highly recommend the Amtrak trip. I can't recommend Amtrak, but the trip, though, is actually quite spectacular. I think California Zephyr from Emeryville to Denver. It's a daytime passage through the Sierras, and then a daytime passage through Glen Canyon in the Rockies. And yes, the scenery along the river and everything, it is why you take that trip. So you leave San Francisco, Emeryville, not San Francisco, in the morning, and you arrive in Denver late that afternoon if the train is on time. But definitely worth a trip, which also means the Rocky Mountaineer. Yes, I would love to take a ride on that. I met a couple on Queen Elizabeth who were headed in that direction. They were doing the Alaska cruise. They were going to hang out in Vancouver for a couple of days. Don't really know why, but anyway, then they were going to board the Rocky Mountain Express. I think it goes to Banff, and then who knows what they were doing from there. And yeah, well, that's pretty much all the train stuff I have. I was trying to think. There was another time when I took a train to the ship. And no, not really. In fact, I would probably not, simply because that experience on the Vancouver SkyTrade, although inexpensive and, seemed clean and safe, not really my thing. If you're handling a lot of luggage and can afford to take a private car, I would definitely do that. So, yeah. Okay. All right. Train. That was the train emoji. And, okay. I think this worked out pretty well. Although, come on. Next time, something a little more challenging. Okay. Make me actually think for a couple minutes about it. But, you know what? The fact that I can sit here and, make cruise videos inspired by emojis. You know what? That is a terrific reason why I am very thankful, especially with everything that's going on right now, for my problems. And of course, I will see you on board.